Hey guys, we're gonna do a makeup look. It's gonna be a sunset themed eyeshadow and lip look if you want. You can pick the eyes, you can pick the lips, you can do both. We'll get some contour and blush and highlight in there just to get those techniques down. So in preparation for this video, I have applied lip balm. This is like Blistex. No one cares what it is. You use the lip balm you have at home. That's the most sustainable product, is the product you already own. We're into makeup sustainability, and we're into makeup for fun, not for low self-esteem. Alright, the first step to any makeup look is to remember that you wear glasses, and if you are wearing glasses right now, you have to take them off. Wonderful. There has been a couple times where I smeared eyeliner directly on my lens, and that's not the easiest to clean up. Speaking of eyeliner, since you want to always, with makeup, set your powders with creams, your creams with powders. There we go. We're going to start with our pencil liner, and if you tightline your eyes, now is the time to do so before you do any of the eye makeup. I'm starting with the eyes. If you want to start with lips, wait for that and get started. If you start with your base, it depends on what you're feeling. Okay, so we're going to use you as my camera. Cool. Good, I need a smaller camera. We need a smaller mirror. Hold up. No, here. The mirror literally right here, but I want you to see too. So tight lining is lining the waterline, usually just the upper lid. We're just going to find all these terms as we go. This is a mirror. Tight lining is lining the waterlines of the eyes, usually just the upper lid because you can see the waterline on the bottom lid. However, I do both because we're emo, right? Cool. So, checking the angles, and we're gonna run that. It's easier to get the waterline first if you're a beginner. You don't want to pull on your waterline. Also, you tense your eyes a little bit so it gets smooth. You want to rub it off, anything but that waterline for now. And if you need help, you can always do that trick where you poke your lid, your under eyelid, with your pinky, and it brings it out. You see the pink in my eye? Yeah, you don't put it there. Put it where the black is. So, right there. And I'll show you that this trick works. Cool. Doesn't matter where you're looking. It helps if you look up at your mirror. Yeah, I don't like this trick. I like tensing my eyes better, but it helps to get you in there, you know, if you have an eye thing. It's really spooky. Now, if you blink, it'll transfer the upper line. You have to, like, press hard, though. And then I like to see it's a little bit up there. And now I just roll my eyes up or something. Yeah, it's up. And you just run that over there a couple times. If you can't get your upper eyelid, no one cares. You can try, and it won't do much but coat your lashes with eyeliner, which is like mascara anyway. So, do as you please. Nice. I like to transfer that extra layer, which is why I blinked just now. Cool. Now the next step to making sure your waterline stays, if it ever transfers, what you're going to do is you're going to take a translucent powder, a setting powder, a white eyeshadow that's not pigmented, baby powder if you're feeling the mess. Any baby powder, like this is the Johnson's brand, but we're not using that because it makes a mess. We are going to take any eyeshadow that's white and not too pigmented. You kind of want to avoid shimmers, so we're going to go with the slightly grayish one. I'm using a fluffy angled brush. You can use whatever brush you can get by your eye. Sometimes a thinner angled brush works. I like the fluffiness so you can feel the eyeshadow getting in your eye and you know it's on the waterline. We're going to go both ways. Okay. It brightens up the lower lash line. It's a little silly looking at first. You might drag the eyeliner into a wing shape. If that happens, you can wipe it off, or you can leave it if you like it. Makeup should be experimentation. We're going in with the same color, and we're going to go the other way. And one more time, put it on the end of the fluffy brush. And we're going to pat. That's not the end. And we're going to do it with the other eye. God, I hope I have enough camera space. Anyway, it's fine. We are being cute. We are having fun. That is the goal. Alright, yeah. Cool. So, this is a trick I got from Instagram Reels, don't know who, but the trick to keep it from transferring and keep it really bold is to line it, powder, and then line again. So we're gonna put our brushes away. Now I didn't wipe that brush down because I only use white eyeshadow with it. And white eyeshadow doesn't show up on my skin, so we're gonna line it one more time. If you feel like powdering twice because you feel like it'll transfer if you line it again, that's fine. So you do a little less the second time because you don't need it. I'm gonna powder again just to prove that it won't ruin your look. Alright, yeah, right here you can see the powder a little bit. With blending, that'll go away. I did to go from inner corner to outer corner and then outer corner to inner corner. You can reverse this order. You go from corner to corner, both directions. Slow that smoky out. The eyeshadow smoke out, that's good. Fluffy brushes kind of tend to fling powder if you flick the bristles anyway. Anyway, you can use the bristles to blend that out. And the point of lining before you do your eyeshadow look is that your eyeshadow will naturally set it as well. However, since I have primer now, we're going to use that. This is Porefessional Pearl Primer by Benefit. I'm pretty sure it's a face primer. But you don't need much. We're going to put some on a finger. I'm going to use ring finger because our eyes are sensitive and ring finger is your weakest. You may be thinking, what about the pinky? It's on the end of the hand. It has that benefit. Pour a little bit. I'll show you how much I poured. It's like a dot with a line. It's probably too much, but we have two eyes. Put it on your two ring fingers, like that. Cute. And then dot it on the lid. Dot it on the edge. Dot it on the inner corner. If you have a bridge piercing, you'll have to do one inner corner at a time. And push the bridge around. It depends on the size of your bridge piercing. Not the under eye. Do a line on the under eye. You're gonna blend this, don't worry. And then you can go out to the temples, depending on how insane you want this look to be. Just, cover your area. If you don't use the primed area, it's fine. You can set it with baby powder, setting powder, translucent powder, whatever you have. You do not need fancy makeup products to be good at makeup. Bad artist or something always blames his tools. It's not artist, it's like the blames. Bad craftsman always blames his tools. I don't know why we're he's, but maybe you're he. We don't judge. Makeup's for all, I'm a they. That's the fun come out video. Anyway. We have primed our eyes. I'm using my middle finger now because it's cold and that doesn't make sense. You want warm. So rub your two fingers together to make them warm if it's winter. My house has no insulation, so my hands are really cold. Cool. Put the lid on your primer before you forget and put it away. You're done with your primer. Wonderful. Now what am I doing? I am looking for a brush that's buried. Yes, wonderful. Now, since I used this brush earlier today, I did the same look for a job interview. We'll see how that goes. So I did a toned down version of this look. I cannot link the video, a picture, because this is my phone and I don't edit that well on the phone. I'll wipe down each brush before and after using them, so that'll keep your pores cleaner and your brushes cleaner. You should still wash them like monthly or whatever. I don't know how often you wash your brushes. I don't wash them monthly, but I have really lucky dry skin, so I don't get acne as much. If you get acne, you should wash your brushes monthly or something. Depends on how often you use them. Anyway, we're gonna find a base yellow that's not a shimmer or metallic. We're looking for a light color, a couple shades lighter than your skin tone, kind of yellowish in tint, and we're gonna cover the whole lid. I am going to use this color right here, which looks a little lighter on camera. It's kind of like a goldish more than a yellow. Let me get a good look at that. It's that yellow right there. Yep, right here. We're going to load up the brush. You want to tap off the excess if that's you. This is not going to show up on me, but here we go. You want to concentrate that on the inner corner. We're going to do light to dark from inner corner to outer corners. In makeup, it's a staple to highlight the inner corner. Cute. What we didn't do last time was put this on the under eye, so I'm curious. We're going to try that. Cool. And you want to do, if you're really new to makeup, I'll just show you where you should be putting your mirror. When you're applying eyeshadow, this does not apply to hooded eyes. Hooded eyes is a little harder. Not best, but you want to put it in front of you, and you want to look straight ahead of the mirror. So if I'm standing up, this is straight ahead, and my mirror is a little warped though, so I get a little closer. Where your face isn't warped, or at least the eye you're working on. That's about where you want it. You want to look straight ahead and never close your eyes too much, because that alters the look. And we're going to apply that on the inner eye. Under eye, and connect it, It's not going to show up. That's not the point. We're going to get a real yellow later. A more pigmented yellow. Yep. Now to keep from wiping off the primer, if your eyes itch at any point, use the brush. That actually works well. Or you take your nail and you gently stab the same place over and over again. That way you're not smudging or rubbing off your makeup. You use your nails, but gently. You know, if you're hurting, it's wrong. Anyway, this is going to be like a base color. I don't know how much I believe in base colors, but we're trying it today. You can skip the step if you only have one yellow and it's super pigmented. You can even try the pigmented yellow as a base color and then just apply things on top of that. Now, as I said, we're doing sunset color. So if you're not a red, yellow, orange person, that looks like fire more than sunset for you, that's fine. You could do a sky blue and a purple and a pink if you wanted. You know, you could add an orange in there. Be creative. Pick your sunset colors. You just want to go from lightest to darkest. So, let me see. This one with the hole in it, I'm going to use the pencil brush and to point at it, is what the yellow we're going to use. Let's get a better angle in light. That one's the most pigmented yellow that we have left. Oh, it's the only yellow. Well, it's not the only yellow. It's the most used yellow. So you know which one it is, the most used yellow. That's what it looks like on the brush. We're going to be using that exact same yellow the whole time, okay? I'll link maybe the products, or I'll write the names in the description if I think about it before I leave the video editing page. But really, makeup is not about product placement to me. Getting light on this, that's actually really helpful. Cute. Now, with pigmented or less pigment colors, like yellow, if you have an olive complexion, like me, slightly olive at least. I'm like pale medium olive in terms of Ben Nye Colors, which is the stage makeup company. Yellow is about your natural skin color, but a little bit warmer, you know? It's like the same lightness as my skin color, but it's a slightly different color, so it takes a minute to pop up. So we're layering it on, and it's okay to go past on the whole lid, because we're going to blend the orange into this yellow. So we're thinking of 3 stripes on our eyelid. So we're going to do one about to here, orange about to here, and red will connect, and we'll even draw it underneath if you want. There's options, don't worry, I'm going to give you options. I'm going to show you one option and give you options if you want to be more creative or more subdued. This is a bright look, but yellow is not that pigmented, so it works. Another thing for the beginners in the makeup community is that glasses will tone down any eyeshadow look. So if you're a glasses wearer, like me, you might want to you can add intensity in your eyeshadow pretty okay. It's going to be hard to get people to notice that you're wearing colors in your eyes with glasses. It's the way they capture light and stuff. We're on the other eye now. Same thing. We're doing like a V shape really, in terms of like the shape, but only on the outer side. And we're filling in the middle. V shape. A V shape. Lash line. Curve it with your crease. Line in the middle. If you have hooded eyes, you're gonna look up, look straight ahead. And wherever your crease is, you want to apply the makeup right above that. But you want a base color on your hood. So when you blink, it's not like blank, you know? You can do a cut crease in a natural color if you want. I'll explain what a cut crease is. You have to look at what a cut crease is because I'm not a fan of that look. But basically, if I took a natural color on this lid, found my crease with a sharp line, and did the makeup above it, that's a cut crease. That's what the hooded eye would look. I'd put the red on your hood or the orange. You can even do the yellow if you want. Or if you have hooded eyes, you might go for a more halo eye effect, which is where we would cover the whole lid with yellow. And then line the outer corner around the crease with orange, and then put a thin amount of red in the middle of the orange, so you still see the orange, but you also get the red. That'd be really pretty. Alright, now we've used the yellow. This is a reusable makeup wipe, by the way. It is Erase Your Face brand. I've used it to wipe off the makeup I just did, and what I'm doing right now, so I can do it again. So I'm using the dry part to wipe off the excess eyeshadow. I'm not worried about yellow, because it won't really overpower the next color. But it keeps your brushes clean, keeps your colors from mixing. Now, we're going to do a nice subdued orange. I'm thinking of the Hunger Games scene where they're talking about their favorite colors, book or movie, hopefully. I don't know if it's in the movie. and they're talking about Effie's hair, and then Peta says no, orange like a sunset. So I'm going to use this more subdued orange. Get it on my brush real quick before I show you. Oh god, where is it? Okay, I'm putting my brush in there. Look at my brush. That orange. Oh god, that is not lit up. That orange. It's more subdued. Let me show you on the brush. It's like closer to red. It's not as bright. We're avoiding metallics if we can, but if you use it, no shame. I prefer mattes. Metallics are good for pops of color and pops of shimmer, but it's makeup. Be creative. Now we're gonna do like a line down the middle. We want to be careful. I'm gonna type off the excess a little bit, but I don't trust this orange to be pigmented. So we're gonna do a line, but don't do straight down. You'll get fallout right here, and it'll be hard to wipe off. There's a trick with you take a clean blush brush and you wipe up. People will use makeup wipe, that'll work. Probably wet and then dry. So use the wet part, get it wet, smear it, and then the dry part will rub it off with force and friction. So instead we're gonna start at the lash line, and we're gonna blend up. Cool. Like that, and we're gonna pat, because orange is not a nice pigmented color. We're gonna go back into it a lot. We're not gonna tap off the excess if you find that your orange is not showing up, because we're patting anyway, it's not gonna have that much fallout. If you brush with your brush like this motion, you saw it with my shirt maybe. Yeah, you can see the smoking of it. If you do that motion, you will have fallout and you will have to tap on your brush, but if you can tap, cool. I think this lighting is not helping. Yeah, cute. Yeah, it'll really come together when you see the red. We're gonna get it on both sides. Actually, we're gonna blend first. So the blend, you're gonna think zigzags kind of, or horizontal lines. Tiny, tiny, tiny horizontal lines with the brush. So cover every millimeter. Yeah, millimeter, not milliliter. I'm American, sorry. Of your lash line, of your lid, from the top to the bottom. You're gonna think of like drawing a little rays on the sun when you draw the sun as a kid. And it'll make a little gradient right here. Now you want to take a finger or your brush, really a finger because you don't want to clean your brush yet. And you're gonna put more yellow on top. If you can, if not, you can go back with the brush later and do it. You just want to make sure you put the light color on top of the dark color at the end. Okay, and now we're going to pat down, and now I'm going down, up. So we're going to go up, down to up, bottom to top if you will. That'll make more sense. Lash line to crease. We'll stop about your crease because it's good to have space for your brow bone to be blank. Yeah, don't do what I was just doing. I'm lucky to never have fallout, but you don't know what your products are going to do until they do them, you know? Cool. That is my blended. So we're going to take more pigment. I dipped in about 3 times, maybe 4, because I wasn't counting. We'll run back and forth and zigzag, if you will. Horizontal lines. Nice, smoky, that's cute, and we'll lift you up. Get you more light. That's what we're looking at. And you see there's more orange on this side. On this side. So we're going to go back. It's going to hurt my back later, but it's okay. And we're going to put more orange on the right side of my right eye. It should be your right too. I think this is just mirroring me. So yeah. Cute. We're going to flip this mirror over. You like how I said I was going to use this mirror and then didn't. Cute. Alright. I think we can get a video editor on my phone if this runs out of video space. Let's see. It's okay if you get orange where the red's gonna go, because the red's darker than the orange. You just want to focus on how blended it looks. Cute. Now, if you feel like it's not on your lash line, it is on mine. You can take a pencil brush, which is a brush shaped like this. It's tapered to a point almost. It's dense. It's not fluffy. It's dense. And you can line your lash line with that orange. Now, this is just the camera. I have checked in the real mirror. It is on my lashes, but, you know, color intensity is also a good pencil trick. It might work better to dab or tap it on. You can also rub it like you're doing eyeliner. Cute. Now, we're going to the red. You can also wipe off makeup brushes on your hands if you wash your hands after you do your makeup. Or the makeup eyeshadow blends in with your hands, but you should really wash your hands more often. Probably, right? In this kind, we can't wash our hands enough. So we're wiping a little bit of orange off on our hand. And then the makeup brush, makeup wipe. Use pressing. I'm pressing pretty hard because makeup brushes, as long as they're not wet, will retain their shape. So you can watch for water. We're just gonna wipe off my hands afterwards. Now I have two reds. I have a bright one and a dark one, and the unused red, technically. So you can tell which one's brighter. It looks more orange on this camera. I'm feeling the dark red. I think I used the dark red last time. So this one right here with my pointer finger. I'm going with that. Here, I can show you even. I'm so fancy. I do not have camera skills. It's okay. One day I will get a good camera that's not like 240 pixels. Anyway, sorry using my phone. Cool. And now, depending on your red, you might want to do a test patch on your hand if you're nervous. You want to tap off the excess. I'm not going to. I'm going to close that. That's my book we took the yellow color from. Self little black meaty book. Cute. Alright, now we're gonna do a V shape and fill it in. So you're gonna do a V shape, like an outer V here, like that. And we're gonna fill it in. And we'll look in this above mirror. And now I'm gonna put it on the lower lash line. If you feel like that's too intense, I will show you what it looks like. See what it looks like first. You can do a brown, or the orange, or the yellow, or you can transfer this to the lash line, the top lid to the bottom lid. I do that with my rainbow look, I think. I don't know if that's still on this channel. I'll make it on private. Cute. And we're gonna rub it under there, and that will help set it. With your lower lash line, if you're newer to makeup, you might be more sensitive to eyeshadow directly inside your eye, so I wouldn't recommend swiping like I am. Padding will also increase the color. You might want to use a pencil brush or a thinner brush. What I'm talking about is the pencil brush. Cute. Or any brush like this one or this one. This one's a smudge brush from e.l.f. This one's an eyeshadow brush. It's a good packer brush, I'd call it. More specifically, it's falling apart. Those are old brushes, so they fall apart. Yeah. I'm going to show you the pencil brush look on the lower lid of this left eye real quick so you can get a difference. Idea. Pencil brush is more control, thinner lines. Fluffy brush is like if you're super goth or whatever, or you want to try that look. Anyone can be a goth, like as long as you're subscribing to the ideas, not just the aesthetic, you know. If you want to look goth, you can. No one's stopping you. Okay, we have to color that in, otherwise it won't look right. See, start with the upper lid, otherwise it won't look right. Anyway, we're learning. We'll look up here real quick. I hope you can see that. There we go. Yep, right to there. You make the outer V and you connect it as smoothly as possible. Okay, so pencil brush, not pencil brush, fluffy brush. I like a thick lower lash line because I don't believe in natural makeup. I don't think we should hide the fact that we're wearing makeup. I think we should have fun with makeup. Like, I get there's a time and place for natural makeup. That has not found itself in my life. You can do a combination of both. That might look prettier. And don't worry about going too ham with this red because we're going to blend it with a neutral color. We're going to figure that out later, how that works. And it's definitely helping to have this primer. Okay, I like the shadow on this, so just so you know, let's put some shade on this eye so you can see it better. Looks better in the shade, it looks like. I'm gonna stand up and correct this little hole in the eyeshadow. You may get little creases in your eyeshadow from the folds of your eyelids. Like I had on this side, it was like two little blank lines where there was non eyeshadow. You just gotta close your eyes and blend it out, or you can use your fingers to blend. That's always valid. This is why you should wash your hands before you do makeup if you can. I forgot to, but it's okay. I've washed my hands recently, so there's that. Usually you do makeup after you wake up, and you usually pee before you do makeup, because you don't want to hold it for the makeup process. Anyway, this edge looks a little fluffier, so we're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this edge. This side looks a little fluffier, and I like that. Taper it out, maybe like sun rays, like what we're doing with orange. Fluffy brush to look nice and natural. So yeah, even with those lines, this one looks a little lighter now. Now you take your fingers and you can blend out the edges you don't like. Whatever eye shape, I'm a round eye shape person. And we're gonna wipe off the brush as fast as we can, because red will transfer. Good, it's not riding. Sometimes this camera lags, so I've been nervous this whole time. Cute. Put that brush away. Actually, we're gonna use that brush. We're gonna use a different brush. Now, I've used this for my red the last time I attempted this look, but that's okay. We're gonna wipe it off as much as we can. So we're gonna use root, and then you check with the back of your hand. Keep one hand clean. And you can wipe off, rub the brush on there to see how much makeup is left on it, or if it's just stained. This has white bristles at the tip, but I think it's just stained, so dish soap and water will clean all your brushes, by the way. Now you're gonna look at all your browns that you have. We're gonna use this book, because this is all my natural colors for the most part, except for the blue and the greens. Oh god, that camera glare. And we're gonna look for something that matches your skin tone as close as possible. That's matte, that's the trick. A lot of nice colors or shimmers. So I found one in the Low Black Beauty Book. This is good for most Caucasian people. It doesn't have to match exactly. If you're super pale, I just use a non-shimmer white. I'm gonna use this one. If you're black, you gotta find a non-shimmery darker brown, which would be this color in the book. No, shimmery. Which is not in this book, so good luck. This one also has slight shimmer, but it's okay if you have shimmer. You just don't want it to be super shimmery or metallic, because that will sparkle where we're supposed to have this invisible eyeshadow. This is going to clean up your edges, so load up your brush. If it matches your skin tone enough, you don't have to worry about fallout. And we're gonna circle around the edges, little circles, get that brow bone, which is the bone where your eyebrow sits. You'll feel it, it's a literal bone. And we're gonna, woohoo! I go under the eyes too, on this side apparently. It makes a smokier effect. If you want solid lines, do it. We do not like adhering to trends or beauty standards. Wonderful. And that's the eyeshadow. Congrats. When you feel like it's blended, it's blended. And then look at it in different lights and different mirrors. So let me show you from a better angle. Is that? In real life, it looks better on the right side, don't worry. Yes, you're right too. Cool. Wonderful. Now, we're gonna work on liquid eyeliner. You can skip the step if that's not you. I'm gonna show you a couple different eyeliner looks on the way to liquid eyeliner. What will help you the most if you want to try this but you're new is a Q-tip or cotton swab. We are not into brand loyalty. Put that aside. Eventually you'll want a wet one end, but we'll get there. This is what that mirror is going to be helpful for. Cool. So this is the Sex Kitten eyeliner by Tarte. I don't know how to feel about Tarte, don't come at me. I got this in an Ipsy bag, and then Ipsy was like, here, you want a natural eyeshadow? And I was like, no, I'm done. So, we're going to start off by naturally lining the upper lid as natural as you can, close to the lash line. We use this today, so you want to use your least dry eyeliner. Which means if you need to switch out eyeliners in the middle of this, it's fine. Let's see. This is a really wing eyeliner. It's like a marker shape. I didn't show you that. That's the important part. It looks like a little Sharpie. It's a felt tip liner. Good liner. It's liquid eyeshadow. Eyeliner. There we go. And then, yeah. Line it as natural as you can first, like that. See? It looks like natural. Let's get the other eye so you get the fuller look. Do natural liner so you keep the colors visible and cute. We're going to add more eyeshadow later, but you want to get that next eyeshadow you want the liner to not interrupt. Okay, we have a little bit of wing there. This is following the natural shape of my eyes. They're going to line down a little bit. That's what it looks like, kinda. This one's a little more smudgy. Now, if you accidentally draw that wing, it's okay. And if you want it gone, because you're going to do an upwards wing, what you're going to do is take a Q-tip. I'm going to turn on the sink so it's going to be red. Actually, I can turn it on quietly. Haha. Wet it, dab it on your hand so you don't get drippy. Let it soak for a minute so you can just spin it because it's cool. It doesn't actually help it soak, I'm just spinning it for fun. And now, what you're going to do is pat the eyeliner out and take the dry side. Keep one side dry, that's very important. And you line backwards. And that will pick up some of the eyeshadow. Blend the eyeshadow with a finger so it doesn't get a wet spot. check with a real mirror, not a camera. And I don't like over here, so we're gonna do the same thing, move it. Dab with the dry side. You can also rub with the dry side if you need to. Dab, don't rub kind of applies to makeup, but ultimately you have to use both whenever. And you see this line right here? We're gonna clean that up. Now, worst case scenario, you go back with a little bit of eyeshadow. It's fine. Or you can cover up the smudge eyeliner. It's slightly smudged upwards, so I don't have to be doing this. I could just cover it with more orange eyeshadow if I wanted to, depending on how pigmented the eyeshadow is. But that's already a cleaner line. Cute. That's the natural look. I don't do mascara, but if you're done and satisfied with the eyes right here, you can add mascara. However, we're a liner person. We're a bit goth and punk, you know? Not sure which one is me, but we'll figure it out. I'm 23. Alright, anyway. This is Revlon Color Stay. I don't recommend it. It was $13 at Safeway. I don't think eyeliner should be over $10. I think it should be like under $5 actually. Like, it's not even a lip movable brush. This brush is closer to a sponge in texture. It's a little pointed. It's gonna stay in this shape. It's rigid. Well, it's helpful for dots. It's a good dotting brush. I'll show you what I mean by dots, I guess. I did stars. So this is good for drawing stars, like here. I'm drawing on my wrist so we don't interfere with the makeup look. Like that. And then it's good for dots because it stays stiff. Cool. Careful with the eyeliner on the wrist. You don't want to touch anything that you don't want eyeliner on, like the back half from counter's fine to wipe off. You want to wait for the eyeliner to dry. We're switching eyeliners, I know. Anyway, hopefully this is at least funny. And you do a line. You want to smooth your lid like I'm doing. Connect the line. Now, the best way is to point to your eyebrow tip. I have just an eyebrow right here. We'll fill in our eyebrows optionally, but I'm pointing directly to the center of my hairline and the center of my temple. So you have to know what you're doing. I'm going from the bottom line, or the corner, outer corner. I'm going up to the center of the hairline, and back over. Hold on, I can't see. Alright, cool. And you smooth that line. I notice how I didn't film in. These are different angles, so we can curve this one more. It's a little harder. It helps to see better if you're filming. The angles and such, you can always smudge it into a different angle. That is about the same angle, but this one's just shorter, so be careful. You can accept your eyeliner fate whenever. Eyeliner can be sisters, not twins. You don't even have to match eyeshadow on the same color, you know? Harley Quinn it. Let Harley Quinn be an inspiration to, like, do something a little different with your makeup. Now, the trick with eyeliner, when you have a wing on a moving lid, even with hooded eyes, although hooded eyes would hide this if it happens, you can get a ring that goes up here from your eyeliner if you open your eyes too wide too early. So we're going to keep squinting, as you do. I don't know much about hooded eyes, but I know it's a different application. I have an Instagram account in mind. I don't know their name on Instagram, but they're a non-binary AMAB hooded eyes makeup artist. So I will link them in the description if I remember. If I don't remember, call me out. They're pretty good at explaining stuff. They worked at MAC. I haven't. I'm just being silly. Now, if you're like paranoid, like eyelids transferring, you can think of eyeliner kind of like stamps. So what we're going to do, like a stamp, like we're stamping off, we're going to pull off the excess onto our fingers. Press straight up. There was no transfer. Nice. Now if you get the rings, you just kind of go for like that goth liner that people do with the cool shapes that I can never picture in my head. And this is like a more natural winged liner. Not that natural, but you still see the colors. You can definitely point the inner corner if that's you. We're going to show you that real quick. Alright, cute. We're not going to do a full face, but you probably already have your highlighter and blush situation. Right, actually. Cute. The trick is getting an angle snatch and connecting it. See, we just have a longer here, so let's connect it. And get it longer, longer. Cute, that's too long. Careful with your inner eyeliners with your glasses, because your glasses sit here. Usually on the bone. I set mine a little further back because I'm insane and I like to see not my lenses, not my frames. Cute. Now, I'm going to show you how to do the wings going down. Any of this is optional, by the way. You can stop without eyeliner at all and just do mascara if you wanted to. I like to do wings pointing down like that, but I like it to get thicker that approaches the lash line. So you do a little V shape, and that's cute. So you start down, just get your shape, match the angle, line, do a little V outside, and fill it in. If you do this, careful, you might get liquid eyeliner in your eye. Depending on the formula, it will burn or you won't feel it, and it'll just like maybe feel weird or burn. So if you ever do get liquid eyeliner in your eye, you take this Q-tip and gently in the inner corner, and you set it there, and it'll soak it up. Maybe a little bit in the inner corner. Cute. Cute. Alright. Let's do a quick face. So these are lighter colors, so you could do your foundation beforehand. Hopefully you know how to do that. If you don't, find another makeup artist. I don't believe in foundation, I get it. You want to put primer on if you have trouble applying your foundation. It's face primer. Cute. Concealer after foundation uses less concealer. Concealer before foundation uses less foundation. Pick your poison. Which one's more expensive? Love yourself. Cool. I don't feel like contouring because I don't like the contour powder when I use in the usual look. But my usual contour is down here, the shadow under here, and the temples. It doesn't show up on me, so we're not going to bother. We're going to start with blush. I have so many blushes. Let's use this one. This one just looks like a planet. A planet. There we go. Take your favorite blush brush. I'm going to do this because blush is really easy to blend and very transparent by nature. Wipe off your makeup onto something before and after. Keeps it clean and keeps it the right color. However, I just use this blush on this brush, I'm not worried. You can beat off the excess blush, tap it off if you want. Like that if you want. I'm not going to because blush is not pigmented and I like a super pigmented look. Now I do 80s blush, so we're going to do on the cheekbones directly. I like the clown aesthetic too, so we're going to put it on the nose, but first we're going to get more 80s going on. I'm using a heavy hand here. You can do whatever blush you like. Usually apples of the cheeks is good. You smile to find them, but you want to apply it with a neutral face. With a facial expression you wear naturally if you like for a self-smile day. That's cute. Good for you. For a self-smile day, that's some gains. It's more muscles to frown than the smile. Anyway. Whatever facial expression you hold most of the time is like the facial expression you want for makeup. You can do it while talking a little bit. That's good too, but you don't want moving too much. Like you don't want to do your lipstick while talking, that's like insane. And now for the clown look on the nose. Blush on the nose is cute. So I just do on the top instead of the whole nose. Okay, it looks cuter and light. It gets shiny. This is a shimmer blush. I think that's cute and clowny. And then if you do a lot of blush like me, you're going to want to balance it out on the forehead and chin. Otherwise you will look a little sunburned if you don't have it up here. So top of forehead, bottom of chin. Just a little bit, not too red. Just so you look flushed and not sunburned. Yeah, no. We'll show you that blush in the light. You can see it best on my nose and best on my forehead. It looks more like a shadow. It's a pretty non-pigmented blush actually. Although I don't fall. Cool. Wonderful. Let's do highlight. Now, before we do highlight, we're going to go back to the eyeshadow. We're going to take a shiny gold. Shiny metallic gold. This is optional. And this is best if you've used a yellow on the inner corner. But if you've used a pink on the inner corner, you can find a shiny metallic pink, etc. Now, some eyeshadows work with a blush, but for what we're doing, my finger is going to work best. So I'm going to apply it with the finger. We're going to put it on the inner corner right here. But this one doesn't like to show up that well. You can see it if I get it in the light, which good luck with the inner corner. And I'm going to put a little bit of highlight right here on the inner corner. Show you what I'm doing with the brush. Just want to apply it, but you know, that's what I'm doing. You might want to do this before you do the points on your inner eye, but I don't care what I'm doing. If you're gonna do commit to the inner blush points, you do that. I wait till we get to the highlighter part to do this. Now, depending on your skin tone, you can use an eyeshadow like this gold as a highlighter. It has to be lighter than your skin tone. The way to test this is on your arm. If it looks more like a shadow, or you can see it without the light. I can see it, promise. Without the light. It's too dark, you know? But if I blend it, you can kind of see where it is without it shimmering. So it's almost too dark to use as a highlight. And come back to it for the lips. Yep. I have Estate's Do Me Lit. What is this called? It's a highlighter. I forgot what I'm doing. And because it's a shiny gold, pale gold, here we go, that's what it looks like. And in light, this one's baked powder, so I would use a finger to apply it. We're gonna put it right over that gold and just get a little bit of shine. You can even put it on the center of your lid if you want to pop a color. You can do that with the gold. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna apply this with my fingers. And you want to apply it in the line first and then in circles so you don't get just a straight line effect. If you want to use the largest fingertip you have for your cheekbones, or apply in circles immediately actually. Do a line first if you want. It's up to you. It just looks like a line unless you really blend it. There's nothing bad about that. It just looks obviously applied. I'm gonna do it back here. I don't have a good camera angle right now. We're gonna do it down the tip of the nose and blend it a little bit. Cute. I like to have the Cupid's bow before and after lipstick is applied. Your lip on, and it's gonna be more pigmented on the lip itself than it should be. Chin's good. There you go. Just get a solid surface on your chin. Get a solid surface on your forehead. If you put it on your forehead, you really have to blend it before. So you want to put it in circles first. I just put it in a line and that looked horrible. Cute. You can put your T-zone if you feel like your T-zone should be shiny. You can put highlighter wherever. You yourself. Cute. Alright, now we're going to do lips. So I am blessed enough to own an orange liquid lip. You can use whatever colors you want. If you're not own an orange liquid lip, you could put orange eyeshadow directly over your lip balm or a neutral lip color, and then I'll turn it orange. I'm going to make a gradient, which is going to involve eyeshadow anyway, so I'm going to show you how this gradient works, and then you can pick colors or go for a neutral lip or a black lip or a red lip. Red lip will also work. So we're going to apply this. Apply a little spin at first, like every time. Do that thing because it's using all the lipstick as possible. Yeah. Okay. I do 2 layers of this specific lipstick. I don't know if I can read the brand. It's Puder Color Doctrine Lasting Nonstick Cup Lip Gloss. Oh, it's technically lip gloss. That's interesting. It's matte. Yes, it says that it's shiny. Now, if you feel like your lipstick has a clown effect, you're putting too much on the inner corners. Unless you're going for clown. It's okay to avoid the corners of your mouth. There's no inner corners in your mouth. It's just the corners on the outside. I avoid them right now. You just want a little bit for the red to stick to. Okay, we're gonna start with the red because that's the color that needs to be applied the most, because the highlighter will show up on anything. So I'm gonna use a packing brush. This one's a bit denser. You can see the red on it, but here you go. I don't know if I left this red off or if it's stained. I think it's stained because I'm not seeing red on my hand. We're going to take the bright red, who's next to the dark red. A bright red or the same red, it doesn't matter. Get a red. Cute. This one right here. Ready? That one. Okay, cool. You do not wipe off excess because you need to go work fast. And I got it work too slow. Oh. Eyeshadow will apply to liquid lip stain even dry. Just takes a little more layers. Cool. We're gonna do it on the inner corners like a gradient. Like that, you see? You want to match a little evenly on each side. So bring it on the top lip now. Can go for the lip liner effect, like the black lip liner on the red lips, if that's you. if you want. I'm going for a gradient. And then a nice thing about eyeshadow is if it goes outside the lip line, it's really easy to wipe off. Use a lot of eyeshadow if it dries fast. Depends on the formula of your individual liquid lipstick. You can't see that, can you? My bad. I'm pressing heavily. This is a strong formula that won't wipe. This is a strong liquid lipstick formula that will not wipe off. It's probably expired too, but it's fine. When you look in the real mirror, wipe off the corners of your mouth a lot, because that's where you're gonna get the excess the most. And then, yeah. It looks a little clownish right now, but we're gonna get a little too much. If you need the darker lipstick, that's fine too. You just wanna, I actually blended these two, not lipsticks, eyeshadows. I'm using the dark and the regular red from last time, the dark and the bright red. Now, and it's going over. This is like the worst camera job I know. Cute. Like that. Now, this is a nice gradient. You see it gets brighter in the center. We're gonna get even brighter in the center. So instead of putting orange in the center, we already have orange, but if you had a red lipstick, lip stain, whatever you prefer, and put the red all over, you'd pat the orange like I'm doing here. And I don't have pigment on my finger. You'd pat it and go over. Hopefully you don't have a lip piercing that makes things complicated, but if you do, you just fold it like that and go. And fold it like that and go. And we take a red eyeshadow that matches the lipstick you're wearing, and we do what I would do just to blend out the edges of the orange. Right? And set the corners too. Now we're gonna take that gold color that we put on the inner corners. Oh, you can't see that because it's my thumb's on the way. But it's okay, it's this nice shiny gold. It's a little bit more brown in person. Now, I'm a finger applier with this, that's right. So you put it all on the hand. And you're gonna cover up the orange a little bit. Center of the lip highlight. Like that. And then blend it with a clean finger. Fade it out, get the orange shone. If you feel like you lost the orange to the red, it's okay, because the gold will naturally radiate, and you can always put more orange lipstick back on if you care that much. And now we're going to take the Estate highlighter, Do Me Lit. Lit Dewy is the series, Estate's the brand, and then Lit is the color. Can you get that in the light? There we go. You can wipe off makeup. You can also wipe off makeup on your pants or forearms. You just have to remember to wash them. As long as it's not waterproof makeup, it'll work. Here, I'm gonna put a little pop of brightness right here, and an even smaller inner center lip highlight. Cute. Just make it bright. Now, if I step back, is glitzy. Damn. What's the look? Is it a little intense? Yes. But if you feel like the eyes and lips are too intense and you wear glasses, you might be in luck. The lips are too intense for me right now, honestly, but that's okay. I still did it. Put your glasses on, and now you can barely tell I'm wearing eyeshadow. You see the liner, can't tell about the eyeshadow. Cute. Now, you might notice that right there, my eye has been watering enough to wipe off the eyeliner, so you can put a powder, line it again, and put powder over it if you care. We're not going to do brows in this one. I think natural brows work best. If you want to fill them in, that's fine. Do a natural brow. You can use eyeshadow that matches your brow color. I use black because, yeah. You can use a dark brown, bright brown, normal brown, blondish yellow. I don't know what blonde people use. It's like a different type of brown. Cool. Anyway, that's it. That's the look. Have fun.